Introduction. Jungkook, youngest and most successful businessman. His company always tops in projects and dealing. A billionaire married to Choi Wyan, they both are forced to marry each other. Well, Jungkook is actually forced. Joan Wyan, a sweet and simple beautiful girl, married to John Jungkook, who is the CEO of John Corporation, loves her husband so much but always get ignored by him. She is married to him because her father, Mr. Choi, and Mr. John were good friends. But in an accident, her both parents died, and Mr. John thought to make her as his daughter-in-law. Mrs. John also treated Wyan like her daughter, never being in any relationship. She is actually a village girl who don't know anything about modern society. Well, let's see how they both will get together and fall in love, especially Jungkook. Other characters will be mentioned in the story. You are sitting in the garden reading a book. You are very much fond of books. Reading books daily is your habit, which will never ever change. And reading in between the beautiful nature with slow sounds of birds chirping and the cool touch of smooth wind. These things make it more peaceful and calming. Being a village girl, can't neglect the fact that you were very intelligent during your school and college days. You always scored higher in every exams. You are in deep thoughts of your beautiful past memories when suddenly your phone starts to ring. A smile formed on your lips, seeing the caller ID. You answered it. Hello, Wine dear. A exciting, sweet voice greeted from other side. Hello, mom. How are you? I was good, but after listening to your voice, I'm feeling cool. A small laugh escaped from your mouth, hearing the women who treat you like her own daughter. Dad, is he taking his medicines on time or not? Don't worry, dear. If he will not take it, I will forcefully put it in his mouth. After all, he gets scared of me easily. Yeah, of course. Well, I call you to inform you something. I don't trust Jungkook, as I know he definitely will forget about it. So I thought to tell you by myself. What is it, mom? Actually, Jungkook's cousins are returning back from America after a long time. It's been like 3 years since they shifted to States for their studies. You never knew that Jungkook also have cousins and he never had mentioned about them. From whom you are even expecting your husband never talk to you straightly? And how come he will share about his family members? Why? Yes, mom. What happened? Did you even listen what I said? You shake your head being embarrassed and spoke. Sorry, mom, what were you saying? I was telling you to make arrangements as they stay with you both for some days. With us? Yeah, why? Do you have any problem? If you don't feel like to stay with them, then it's okay. We can arrange. You slapped yourself for asking this stupid question and hurriedly said, no, no, mom, it's not like that. Why will I have any problem? In fact, I'm happy and excited to meet them for the first time. Oh, you're so sweet, dear. Okay, I hope you will enjoy with them. You should start to prepare for them. They all are picky and wants everything according to their taste. Don't worry, mom, I will not disappoint you. God bless you now. I have to go. Your dad is sneaking towards kitchen, probably going to eat ice cream. I will see how can he eat it. Me, gonna catch him red-handed. Bye, sweetie, take care. Bye, mom, you too. You cut the call, laughing at these two couples. Sometimes looking at them, you always wonders, what if you and Jungkook were also like that? Sometimes funny, sometimes goofy, and sometimes romantic. A sad chuckle comes out dryly at the bucket list which you had made in your mind during your lifetime for your wedded life and sadly not even had completed. Shaking your thoughts away as you don't want to feel more, you decided to prepare dinner. for your husband who will gonna come soon. You always prepare food for him, but he rarely tastes it. Ding dong. You opened the door and saw your husband with poker face. As usual, you took the suitcase from him and greeted him with a warm smile. Good evening. How was your day? Good. Should I serve the dinner? A hint of hope can be seen in your eyes even after knowing his answer. No, first I will take shower. He went away leaving you behind with dumbfounded face. Did he just said yes? You blink your eyes, slap your ears, not believing what he just said yes. A wide smile appeared on your lips, realizing he actually said yes. And you run towards the kitchen to reheat the food. You are so much excited as he is going to eat your handmade food after so many days. You both are silently digging your food while you have a smile on your face for getting a chance to share the dining with your husband. You glance at Jungkook who is eating like he hadn't eat from morning, but she always sends him lunch. Maybe he works hard, that's why. Only if she knew. Inside you are happy that he's liking the food. Even he didn't say a word as a compliment. Tomorrow my cousins will come. They are gonna stay with us, he informed, looking down at the plate. I know, Mom had already told me. She thinks maybe you will forget because of your work. He just nodded and took a sip of orange juice. How's the food? It's pretty good. I'm happy that you liked it. I had finished and now I am going to sleep, he said, getting up from the chair and turned around to leave. Before leaving, he spoke. I have an important meeting in morning, so arrange the white suit and also wake me up at 6. I will leave early. Not getting any response, Jungkook turned his head. He shook his head when he saw her munching the food fastly to say something. Okay, I will do that. Anything else? No. You should sleep now. Good night. He moved towards the stairs, while Vine stared at his back and again looked at her plate to finish the remaining food. After that, she also had to arrange his things. Jungkook lay down on the bed facing the ceiling in deep thoughts. Just hope they won't talk about the topic, otherwise I will not be able to control myself. And hope everything goes
Next
well.
day, as Jungkook told Vine woke him up early, she gave him the things and now he's all ready to leave. Vine is making his tie. Clearing her throat, she spoke. Jungkook, when will your cousins arrive? Till evening their flight will land at 4:30 p.m. so they will reach by 6 p.m. Oh, that's great. Jungkook frowned, seeing her being nervous. Do you want to say something else? This always amazed her, how he every time get to know that she wanna say something else too. Actually, your cousins are coming. I need to buy something. I'm thinking to make something special for them. So before she could complete, Jungkook take out his wallet and give her his black card. Here, buy anything you need. Just make sure everything will be perfect. Don't worry, I won't let you down, she said, smiling while Jungkook stares at her. He can't deny that her smile is beautiful. Shaking his thoughts away, he spoke. Are you done? I'm getting late. Oh, yeah, done, she said, and about to back away when her eyes fall on his head. She comes closer to him and lifts her hand, but he backed away and said, what are you doing? Don't worry, it's just there is something in your hair. He removed a piece of paper and showed him. See? I'm leaving now. If you want to go somewhere, tell driver he will take you, he said, taking his suitcase. Okay, bye, take care. Jungkook turned on his heels and strode out. Why my heart have to beat like this whenever she comes closer? Evening, 3:30 p.m. In came back home after grocery shopping and other things. which she will need. She took a quick shower and starts to prepare for the guests. She asked Mrs. Kim about their favorites. Total 3 people will come, 2 girls and 1 boy. Lena, Bora, and Zad. These three are highly qualified in education. Bora in medical, Zad wants to become pilot, and Lena's dream is to become a K-pop star. Meanwhile, in office, his meeting ended at 2:30 p.m. Jungkook went in his cabin and starts to look the files. The meeting was successful. He signed a new deal. Of course, who didn't want to work with the youngest and most successful CEO? While working, his stomach growled. He remembers that after breakfast he didn't eat anything. He looks on his table to find the lunch box which Wine always sends for him. But to his surprise, there was no box on his table today. Jungkook dialed to his secretary. Tony, come to my cabin now. In just a minute, the door opened and Tony was standing in front of his boss. Sir, you called me. Yeah, I want to ask where is the lunchbox? Lunchbox? Yes, which my wife always sends here. Where is it? Have you forgot to put it in my cabin? Jungkook didn't notice that he actually addressed Wine his wife, but Tony did. But Miss Wine didn't send any lunchbox today. I was also waiting for it, but your driver didn't come. Jungkook got confused because never Wine forgets to send him lunch. That's a different thing that Jungkook rarely eats it. Oh, okay, you can go now. Tony bowed and turned around to go. Today, sir is waiting for lunch. Then why don't he appreciate his wife's work? Him proud and ungrateful human. I don't know how Miss Wine lived with him. He mentally rolled his eyes and left the cabin. Evening 5:30 p.m. Jungkook returned back home. Today Wine didn't open the door. Entering inside, he got welcomed by the wonderful aroma of food, which spread around the whole house. He unconsciously went towards the kitchen and saw Wine preparing food. Many types of dishes were already prepared. He cleared his throat, gaining her attention. Wine looks at him and smiled. Welcome home. He nodded and asked, everything ready? Yeah, almost everything is done. When did you came back? I had come around 3:30. How was your meeting? It was good. We got the deal. Jungkook answered, but he mentally got confused. Why he is telling this to her? He never shares anything, and why he's talking this much with her? Hell, something is wrong. Wow, congratulations. How was the lunch? Jungkook raised his eyebrows at her and spoke, like you had said it. Her eyes widened in shock. How can she be this much dumb? She completely forgot about it. She is about to apologize but got interrupted by the doorbell. I think they are here. Jungkook went to open the door. She smacked her head and spoke. Ah, you stupid girl, how can you do this? I will ask him to forgive me first. Let's welcome the guests. She untied the apron and ran towards living room where Jungkook is already welcoming them. Welcome, Jungkook. All of them hug him one by one. Jungkook smiles widely, which is very surprising for Ryan, as she rarely had seen him smiling. I missed you so much, guys. We also missed you too, Jungkook. It's been so long, and man, you become more handsome. The boy with curly hair spoke, which Vine assumed must be sad. And Hot, the girl in red dress spoke, on which all four of them laughed. Vine smiled, seeing their bonding. Well, boy, where is our sister in law? When I get to know you got married, we were really surprised. Especially me, I was too excited to meet your wife. Where is she? Your Mrs. John? Jungkook's smile dropped, which didn't get noticed by Zad. He's about to ask again when his eyes fall on you.
He got astonished seeing you. You were looking so beautiful even in a normal outfit. Hey, your sister in law, Zad says and comes towards you, while Lena looked at Jungkook with confusion and asked, what is this, Jungkook? You got married to this girl? I thought you were gonna marry with Mia. She was your love, right? Then why did you marry her? Who is she? Zad comes near and hugs Wine, which startled her. How are you, sister-in-law? I'm good, Zad. What about you? Zad pull away and smile at her. After seeing you, I am perfectly fine. You're so beautiful, Nuna. Vine shyly smiled at his compliment, which made him giggle. Zad signaled the two girls. Bora comes to them, while Lena is still looking at Jungkook for any answer, but seems like he's not interested. Hello, Vine. Myself, Bora. She said, hugging Vine, who hugged back and said, nice to meet you. Same here. I am seeing you first time, and it's great to meet you. Vine passed a smile. It's also my first time seeing you all guys. I never knew that Jungkook also have cousins. Bora eyes widen in shock. Wait, he didn't tell you about us? Vine shakes her head in no. Bora glared at Jungkook and said to Vine, don't worry, I will see this muscle pig later. I'm now so much hungry. Bora said, rubbing her tummy, which Vine found cute. Zad faced palm at Bora's behavior and said, Nuna, don't mind her, she's always hungry. She's actually a pig. Vine laughed, and Bora hit Zad, who's showing his tongue to her. Why would I mind? It's good to eat. You all first freshen up. Dinner is ready. Wow, I'm so excited to taste your handmade food. Where is my room? Vine chuckled and told her the room. Vine, please tell someone to bring my luggage. Okay, I will. Nuna, mine too. Zad and Bora went to their respective rooms. Vine looked at Lena, who faked a smile and said, it's nice to meet you. I didn't know that Jungkook had married you. Lena sat, looking her head to toe, which makes Vine feel awkward. Hello, it's great to meet you too. Please come. You should freshen up till then I will serve dinner. Whatever, Lena murmured and went upstairs. You look at Jungkook, who is already staring at her. She smiled and turns to kitchen direction. It's gonna be difficult. All were sitting in dining area. Wine is serving them. Bora is eating like she didn't get food for years. Nuna, the food is delicious. You're great. Yeah, the food is awesome. Bora sat with mouth full. Others laugh at her being done. Lena, do you want more? Vine asked her, but she didn't give a glance at her. No thanks, I will take by myself. Okay, they all were chit chatting and talking about their life while Vine is sitting here hearing them. Suddenly, Lena asked something which made all of them silent and Vine confused. Do you know where is Mia Jungkook? It's been so long I had seen her. She glanced at Jungkook, who is staring at his plate. How will I know where she is? Lena felt surprised and sad. Why? We all know you both were the closest and happy with each other. Lena side glanced at Vine and saw her confused with expression. Seems like poor girl don't know about anything. It will be fun and interesting. Then Lena thought and chuckled, planning something. I am missing her so much. After all, she was my best friend. I bet you also have been missing us, especially you, Jungkook. You remember how Mia used to call you like 5 times in a day because her day can't went without you. And you know why Jungkook was crazy for her. Whenever we do something, he always give his priority to Mia. That's cute, right? Vine nodded with a nervous laugh. Lena said they used to be close to each other. Let's talk Later, first finish your food, I want to sleep. Zad sat changing the topic. After finishing the dinner, all went to their room. Wine is doing dishes in the kitchen with several thoughts in her mind. Uneasiness made its way into her heart. She let the thoughts go away, thinking maybe she's overreacting. After completing the work, Wine went inside their room. Jungkook was looking for some files. Wine went inside the washroom. After changing, she lay down on the bed and saw Jungkook collecting documents. Mia must be your close friend, right? Wine asked, gaining Jungkook's attention. Hmm, he replied without looking at her. You must be missing her a lot. Jungkook put the files in drawer and lay down on the other side. You should. Can you please stop talking? I want to sleep. I also have to go office tomorrow. I'm sorry, good night. Jungkook closed his eyes, not minding to answer. The next day, all are sitting in the living room. After the breakfast, the dining was full of Zad's non-stop compliments for the delicious breakfast, which had been prepared by Wyan. He even kissed the back of her hand, making her more flustered and shy. Bora offered wine for help in dishes, but the sweet girl politely denied and told her to join others. Jungkook comes downstairs as usual with tie in his hand. His eyes roam around and fall on his wife's figure who is coming out of kitchen. Even after non-stop work, her face still looks like a fresh flower, whose glow never fades away. She still didn't saw him, so he called her and takes steps toward her direction. He was 10 steps away from her when suddenly Lena stand in front of Jungkook with a smile on her face. A frown appeared on face and raised his eyebrow at her like questioning her. You didn't change a little bit, Jungkook. It's surprising that you still didn't learn how to do your tie. There was a hint of teasing in her voice and a weakness in her eyes. Sadly, yeah, now can you leave my way? I need Vine's help. I'm gonna late for my meeting. Jungkook was about to move aside when Lena fastly grabbed the tie from his hands and come close to her, which caused a weird feeling in Vine's heart. How much work the poor girl will do. Let her rest for some time. I'm free, so let me help you. She gently tucked the collar upwards and started to do her work. Their both bodies was really close to each other, and this seriously is making Jungkook uncomfortable. He glanced at the girl standing behind Lena and felt uneasiness when he saw her sad face. Being helpless and hopeless, both Vine sat on the couch near to Bora, who was busy in her phone, not bothered what's going on in her surrounding. Lena glanced at Vine and poked her in her cheek, seeing her bothered look. Well, it's not even your fault, Jungkook. You get spoiled by getting so much care from others that now you think you should not pay attention on these little things. What you want to say? Without a glance, he asked. I mean, first Mia used to help you in your dressing, now you got a caring wife. Luck is in your side. Sorry, not sorry, Ryan. But still, no one can care about Jungkook like Mia. After all, she used to love him from her heart. Lena intentionally sat before backing away and stared at Vine, whose whole face becomes pale. Her hurt expression are giving satisfaction in someone's heart. Quoting a fake expression of surprise on her face, Lena said, What happened, Vine? Now don't say that you didn't know about Jungkook and Mia. You didn't tell him about your first love. The blonde-haired girl looked at Jungkook and fake gasped. Discomfort look appeared on Jungkook's face when he saw Vine's eyes, which were glistening with tears. Her hands were tightly gripped on her dress. He looked away and gulped down the lump which formed in his throat without him knowing. He can't stand here more. Unknowingly, he couldn't be able to breathe here. I'm going. His voice comes out in a shaky breath.
He grabbed the suitcase and hurriedly went out, leaving thousands of questions in his wife's mind and immense pain in her heart. A satisfactory smirk formed on Lena's lips, and she quietly enjoyed the scene in front of her with crossed arms. Not a little amount of sympathy formed in her heart, looking at the vulnerable pity with teary eyes and shaking hands, but her psycho mind is planning more to see the scene, which is like eyes on a burning wound. Zad, who was on call with his mom, entered in the living room and got tensed once his eyes fall on Vine's straight. Instantly he come towards and knelt down in front of her. What happened, Vine? Why are you crying? Minutes ago everything was normal. Then which scene caused after he left? The crying girl just shook her head slightly and ran away from there. Bora and Zad look in her direction with concerned look. What actually happened? Bora looked at him and sighed before sitting on the couch. I think Vine still don't know about Mia and Jungkook, so it might hurt her knowing that her husband had a lover before. Sympathy could be clearly seen on Bora's face. What? How? I mean, who told her? Mindlessly, Zad yelled. Bora just turned her head towards Lena, who was still not bothered and was standing with crossed arms. She raised her eyebrows when Zad glared at her. What the hell, Lena? Why you always brings me as topic? His voice is laced with irritation. Excuse me, don't blame me, okay? It had new. She had no clue about that because they had not talked about it. She shrugged, and there was no guilt in her eyes. Still, you should be careful about it. You know, right? How Wine was looking confused when you mentioned Mia last night. It means she don't know her. Lena gritted her teeth in anger when Zad yelled at her. Listen, Zad seriously was not aware about her knowing. If I had knew, never bring this. I accidentally bring the topic, but it was not my intention. I was just remembering old days, and I think there is nothing wrong talking about my best friend. Zad massaged his forehead in frustration. This girl is literally running away from what he had done, ignoring the consequences it can cause in Jungkook and Vi's relationship. You didn't do that, Lena. You literally put Jungkook and Mia's relationship in front of her. Bora spit, which made Lena her head turn in another direction. You guys are impossible. Well, whatever. Why should I even explain? When it was not my fault. Lena rolled her eyes and her heels tick tock sound disappeared from the hallway. Zad shook his head in disappointment and looked at Bora, who was looking worried for Vian. I can't take this, I can't. Her palm clutched the dress on her chest, where her heart is throbbing with immense pain. The betrayal she feels the moment she hears he used to love someone today, the girl comes across a bitter truth about her husband, and in her whole life she didn't feel this miserable. The moment she is feeling now, the tears were continuously dripping down her eyes, painting her rosy cheeks, further wetting her dress. She bites her trembling lips to control herself, but again broke down pathetically, observing her straight in the mirror. Why you never told me, Jungkook? Why? Her mind yelled. Negative thoughts surround her mind. She don't want to think about this. The girl was trying her best to not build any hatred and anger towards her husband, but the bitter words are repeatedly knocking on her head, stabbing her heart, forcing her to think which she deliberately wants to ignore. Now you get to know why he always gives you cold shoulder, why he never treated you like his wife, why he never showed any interest, why he used to feel annoyed by your appearance. He never saw you as his woman because he already has someone in his heart. Did you understand? You were no one to him, no one. You must be missing her a lot. No, please stop. She abruptly stood up, covering her ears. Her inner soul is continuously questioning her and showing her what's the reality, but her heart was too much faith on her so called husband that she didn't want to trust on anything. She can't be able to take this harsh reality. Her heart is not that much strong. Her legs give up, resulting her to fall on knees. Trembling lips, tears soaked face, shaking body. Anyone could feel pity after seeing her this vulnerable stage. She was completely broken. Meanwhile, outside Jungkook's office, several frightened eyes digging hole on their boss' office door. Even Jungkook's secretary was terrified hearing the noises which are coming from the other side of the door. And to make him more frustrated, the employees whispering is not helping at all in this situation. Can you all just shut up? He yelled in frustration, which made every mouth shut. Is there any shooting going on here? No, right? Then go and do your work silently. In a second, every person went to their respective spot. Being annoyed, the boy massaged his forehead and looked at the closed door. With a little bit of courage, he knocked on the door. Ignoring the fear inside himself, along being frightened, the young boy was also concerned for his scary boss. He never had witnessed behaving like this. From the moment he had come to his office, he had a frustration on his face. The young boy can tell his boss was holding back his anger, which he finally let it out on an employee, noticing her a small mistake. She just forgot to bring the file, which was not even necessary for today. The poor girl is still sobbing from the time she come out from her boss' office. She was shaking badly at the time. Of course, Mr. Joe not only scolded but also insulted her for God knows what reason. The boy flinched hearing his boss' angry voice. He gulped and dared to ask, "Boss, are you okay?" He pressed his left ear on the door. When he didn't hear anything, in fact, the breaking sounds also stopped, making him anxious and nervous. Boss, the brunette tripped when suddenly the door got open harshly. His handsome face was about to kiss the shining floor when he hurriedly grabbed the wall for support. And phew, luckily he and his face got saved. Tony released a deep breath, but his heart shook when his eyes met his boss's eyes, which are not looking good for some reasons. Hair's messy, tie hanging down from its place, unbuttoned shirt, his soul screamed in fear. He is about to apologize when Jungkook spoke, called someone to clean the mess. I will be back in some time. After returning, everything should be on its place. He ordered in his bossy tone and went away. The brunette got confused about which his boss is talking about, which mess, but when a peek inside the office, his all doubts got cleared. Everything was actually a big mess. The neat and organized table is now in a messy state. Files and papers on floor, table and his boss coat, which should be hanging on the back of chair, is now on floor and the chair was silently resting in the corner. Mr. John was really angry. He mentally thanked God thousands of times for saving him from his cruel boss. Everything was wrong and messed up, just like their life. Chongo closed his eyes when the cool breeze touched his skin. The peaceful, calm area was helping him to calm down, but not completely. His mind was still disturbed, especially his heart, which is playing games with his feelings and emotions. Once again, her face popped up in his mind, the shaking hands, trembling lips, the pain in those round brown eyes. When they met with his, the uneasiness he felt, the way his heart clenched, is still messing up from the morning. Everything was confusing and unsettled. How everything is affecting him badly, he couldn't even concentrate on anything. A single thing was not in his control today. And he know now this is not gonna be easy. There is nothing in his control. He opened his eyes with a sigh and stared blankly in front. How will he gonna deal with this? What should he do? Evening 5:30 p.m. Jungkook returned home after a hectic and weird day. He didn't even did any work today.
There was not meeting as he cancelled them, but still he was feeling like he is carrying something heavy. There is no energy left in his body, his mind, heart, body. It's like they're not functioning properly. Something is eating him up, but what? He couldn't press the white button. His fingers molded into fists. Before finally pressing the doorbell, he was feeling anxious and was tensed, thinking, what if Vine will open the door? How will he gonna face her? Will he able to lock eyes with her? The door got pulled from other side. Sinking his hurting nervousness, he clutched the leather bag tightly before facing the person. It was not her. This gives him relaxation along with confusion. For a moment, he felt relief, but his heart tightened after not being welcomed by his wife. Welcome home, Jungkook. The girl's excitement made Jungkook feel odd and weird, but not to disrespect his cousin, who is also his guest. He slightly smiled with a whisper, "Thank you, Lena." The brunette passed by her, don't know why, but after the morning incident, the boy wants to maintain distance from the girl. It irritates him being close with her. The brown pair of orbs wandered around the hall. Some noises from kitchen fell in his ears. Cookie, are you okay? Jungkook's body stiffened due to the sudden touch on his shoulder. He turned his face only to take his steps backward after noticing how close their faces were. Yeah, excuse me. Jungkook hurriedly went away from there, missing the grin on Lina's face. The weakness in her eyes, which were clearly showing how much she is enjoying this drama. Jungkook is laying on the bed, facing the ceiling. From the time he had come from office, he didn't get to see her. It was obvious she is intentionally ignoring him. She didn't even join them during dinner, making an excuse that she is not hungry. An annoying sight left from his mouth, everything is scattering. He tightly gripped the sheet in his hand before speaking. I hate you, Ryan, hate you so much. His closing eyes failed to notice the figure standing on the doorstep with teary eyes. Covering her mouth with her palm, the girl didn't waste any running away from there. For making me feel like this, with that he drifted into a deep slumber. Vine point of view, Vine was sitting in the dining area talking to her favorite person whenever she feel down. She don't have her own family, but Jones never let her feel that she's an orphan. She has someone on whom she can rely on. A part of Jones. Everyone already had ate. Oma and are now peacefully sleeping. And guess what? You are still working at this time and also had not your dinner yet, right? A bitter chuckle left from her mouth. The woman who is not even her real mother knows everything about her. Her lips trembled and when her heart clenched, feeling a urge to hug her tightly at this time, but can't. She's not with her. Wine, sweetie, are you okay? Why I am feeling like you are hiding something from me? Wine removed the phone away from her ear and pressed her lips tightly. The desperation her heart is feeling to have someone near her this time. She can't explain it in words. Right now, she badly needs someone by her side, comforting her with a warm hug. But look, there is no one with whom she can share her pain. Wish there can be someone by her side to hear from that. What feeling she is going through at this time, how vulnerable she is feeling, how much she is suffering. Unfortunately, there is no one. She is all alone like always, wiping the tears and gulping the pain and tightness down her throat. Vine spoke. Yes, Oma. Vine, what happened? I'm calling your name from so long. Are you okay, my child? Please tell me if something happened. Did Jungkook said something to you? Tell me once and I will not leave that man. Relax, Oma. I'm fine. There is nothing serious. Actually, today there is some network problem. That's why you couldn't hear my voice. And about Jungkook, he didn't do anything. Vine mentally apologized for lying to her only mother figure. She didn't even know what she should tell to this kind of lady, how she can put her pain into words. How can words describe the betrayal the girl get from her own husband? Look, dear, if anything is bothering you, feel free to share it with me. Consider me as your own mom, okay? Of course, oh my, you're like my mother, there is no doubt in that. Hmm, good. Now eat something and take rest, okay? Okay, Oma, good night. Take care of yourself and dad. You too, my child. Bye. A small smile made its way on her lips. Wine is feeling good and relaxed after talking to her mother in law. Still, the tightness of her heart didn't vanish. Suffering is not easy, especially when you get it from your loved ones. She decided to eat something. Her heart is opposing it. But she can't just live like a dead body, right? She can't behave immature. After washing her plate, Wine left to upstairs to their shared bedroom. The girl inhaled a deep breath before opening the door slowly. Not having any intention to disturb Jungkook as she had no courage to face him, but to her bad luck she saw Jungkook laying on the bed with open eyes. While he is awake, Wine decides to behave normally and only to focus on her things instead on him. She is about to take a step inside when suddenly he whispered some words which stabbed her like a sharp arrow. Penetrating her weak heart, resulting to tears comes out from her eyes. I hate you, Wine. I hate you so much. This single sentence has been filled inside her head that just kept repeating, and repeating. These ruminative thoughts were sticked with the skin of her head, gradually eating her. The feeling of being physically, mentally, and emotionally overwhelmed by the stress was too much for her. This emotional breakdown is building anger and hatred inside her. Right now, she could not think of anything except to go in front of her husband and ask him that why his heart is blank for her, why he have only hate for her, why can't he also treat her like a normal person like he treated others. She's not someone different. The girl have the same emotions, same feelings, same pain, same hurt. Then why he always consider her like she has committed a sin? Still he don't have to be this harsh, heartless and cold to her. Curling into a ball, she stared in the air blankly. Her eyes were void of any emotion. Just the warm liquid keep liberating, making her eyes more puffy. Should I give up on him? There is nothing left to hold any expectations for this relationship. He will never consider me as his wife, in fact, not even a normal human. You hold on the string until the other end also being held. He was holding the other end, but the distance is not reducing, instead, it keeps increasing. The string of their relationship is so thin that if one will put a minor pressure on it, will break apart. And what if she also rip apart along with this so-called relationship? She won't collect herself back. She will lose herself completely with no hope to wrap up again the way she is used to be. Better than this, she would put together the broken pieces and prepare from now on. She don't have the courage to live her life without him. How can she when her day starts and ends because of him? Only his presence is enough for her to consume the remaining breath of her life. However, even if one day she have to do this for his happiness, she will not hesitate. Wine decided to fulfill her every duty as a wife, but she will erase the hope which is building from the day first of their wedding. It's better to let go instead of growing love in a flower which will never bloom. In return, there will be only thorns which will only stab you and give you pain. Wiping the tears away, Vine clenched her fist before letting out those words which she never thought to even think. I'm ready to let go, Jungkook. You decide to fight for the person who desires to be with you. But when the person himself wants to live, not caring about you, not seeing from how much pain you are suffering, then there is no use of your sacrifices, your hope, your efforts, your endurance. Just let him go. Never run behind the person who was, is, and never will be yours. Next day, a new morning, a new start. Jungkook woke up by the annoying sound of alarm. He groaned, covered his ears with pillows before rolling to the other side. He thought maybe it's Vian's alarm, as he never put any alarm. His wife always wake him up on time. Hesitatingly, he sat up looking to the other side with half open eyes. Jungkook was about to burst, but his mouth automatically zipped when he didn't find Vine on the other side. With a sigh, he grabbed the alarm to off it, but only to get confused as his eyes fall on the time 6 a.m. Ah, I have to get ready. Wait, who set the alarm? Where is Vine? With a thought maybe his wife may had woke up late, Jungkook shrugged and went to take shower. Jungkook entered in the dining area. The trio was already sitting there. They were busy chatting and eating breakfast. Jungkook approached them and greeted, "Good morning, everyone." "Good morning, Cookie." Cutting others, Lena excitedly responded with a happy smile on her face. The revenant nodded his head before sitting down on the head chair. The breakfast was already placed on the table. Jungkook gazed at the kitchen entrance to look for Vian. "Looking for sister-in-law? Well, she's in the kitchen. Should I call her?" Zad teased with a smile. Before Jungkook could reply, his one and only cousin interrupted him. "Why, Vian, I will serve you, Cookie." Lena offered, grabbing the bowl before serving to Jungkook. Zad passed her a death glare for behaving like a total weirdo. Thanks, Lena." "Anything for my Cookie." She put pressure on the last words, but the brunette didn't take this so seriously and started to eat. "You know, Cookie, I am disappointed on you," Lena complained with a upset face. "Why? Do you need anything?" Jungkook asked, to which the blonde-haired girl shook her head. "I don't need anything. I want you to take us somewhere. Like a picnic. It's been so long we had visited somewhere together. I'm just missing that feeling." "Our time." Bora and Zad looked at each other with raised eyebrows. "But Lena, you know I'm a CEO and I have lots of work and responsibilities. I just can't take leave like this for a useless picnic." Lena pouted at his words and said, "Spending time with family is not useless, Jungkook. It's not like you will never take a leave. Come on, only 1 week vacation, then we will not disturb, please." The girl literally pleaded like a stubborn child. "I will tell after checking my schedule. Maybe I also have a business meeting in Busan, so I think we can go there. Let's just hope, otherwise I can't do anything." Jungkook explained and get up wiping his lips with a tissue, only to stumble back when Lena suddenly hugged him. Other two shake their head in disbelief at their cousin's actions. What actually she's trying to do? This girl is a psycho, a big psycho actually. "Lena, please, I'm getting late." "Oh, sorry, I was just so happy for our get together, and I also have a surprise for you all. Especially Jungkook, you will gonna love it." The blonde haired sad jumping in excitement, but they failed to notice the weakness in her those black eyes. "Whatever, I'm getting late." Jungkook sighed and left the dining area, but stopped when he remembered he's not completely ready yet. "Ryan, can you come? I need help, and where is my suitcase?" Ryan, who was in the kitchen, heard him calling her. She don't want to face him, just to ignore him. The girl was pretending to work in kitchen, his presence enough for rising her heart rate, which she deliberately wants to control, but Ryan can't even run away from her duty. She have to do this. Taking a deep breath, she exited the kitchen. Jungkook saw her coming to his direction, which had lowered. Her tiny legs taking steps towards him. Jungkook find himself admiring her. He can't lie, but he got a beautiful and obedient wife. She never fails to show care for him and fulfilling her every duty. And what about him? Is he doing the same? Is he returning the care to her? Is he doing right, giving her a cool shoulder? He looks away when wine cleared her throat.
He gives the tie to her, making him nervous. She comes closer and continues doing her regular work. The closeness was not too much, but enough to Jungkook breathe heavily. He feels those things which he never experienced before, but only with her, his wife, Joan Bayan. Warmness spread in his heart when his inner self recites this name. How beautiful it sounds, Joan Bayan. Joan Jungkook Bayan. Should I give a chance to us? But I love someone else or not?